You're not lazy. You're not a mess. You just live inside a mind that works differently than most people assume. And the room, the chaotic, cluttered, I'll deal with it later room, isn't the problem. It's the symptom. You know what it feels like. Clothes on the chair that somehow never make it to the closet. Dishes you meant to wash 3 days ago. A desk that looks like a storm passed through it, but you know exactly where everything is. People have said things to you. Maybe your parents, a partner, a roommate. How do you live like this? Doesn't it bother you? And the honest answer is complicated, because sometimes it doesn't bother you at all, and sometimes it bothers you more than anyone realizes. You just can't seem to move. That gap between knowing and doing is where this whole thing lives. Here's what's actually happening. For a certain kind of mind, the external environment is not the priority. The internal world is. Thoughts, ideas, emotions, unfinished mental loops. That's where most of your energy goes. The room feels secondary because to your nervous system it genuinely is. Psychologists call this a disconnect between intention and initiation. You want a clean space. You can picture it, but the mental path from wanting to starting is blocked by something deeper than laziness. Pattern 1, the all or nothing threshold. You don't clean a little, you either do nothing or you completely reorganize everything. And because the full task feels overwhelming, you do nothing. So the mess builds, and the bigger it gets, the harder it becomes to start. This isn't avoidance, it's a mind waiting for the right conditions that never quite arrive. Pattern 2, the invisible weight of unprocessed emotion. For many people, clutter is frozen time. Every pile is a decision you didn't have the emotional energy to make. The room fills up when life gets heavy. It's not dirt, it's evidence of survival mode. You were getting through something. The room just remembers it. Pattern 3, high tolerance for visual noise. Some people are genuinely unbothered by mess because their brain filters it out. Their attention naturally moves to what interests them: conversations, ideas, screens, whatever pulls them inward. The clutter exists, they just don't see it the same way someone else does. This isn't dysfunction, it's a different attentional style. Pattern 4, the paralysis of perfectionism. There's a specific kind of person who won't clean because they know they won't do it right. If they start, they'll want to finish. If they finish, it has to look a certain way. And if they can't commit to all of that right now, they'd rather not begin. The mess isn't laziness, it's the shadow of impossible standards. Here's what no one tells you. The state of your room is not a reflection of your character, it's a map of your mental load. When someone walks into a messy room and feels judgment, they're reading the wrong story. They see disorder. They don't see the deadline you just survived, the emotion you just processed, the spiral you quietly talked yourself out of last Tuesday. You are not your room. The shift isn't about becoming a tidier person. It's about understanding what the mess is telling you. When the room is chaos, your inner world is usually loud. Start there, not with the dishes, with whatever is taking up space inside your head. And sometimes cleaning the room is actually the last step, not the first. Order outside tends to follow from some kind of quiet inside. You don't need a productivity system. You need a little understanding of how your mind actually works, not how it's supposed to work. The people who struggle most with clean rooms are often the ones carrying the most inside. The mess isn't who they are, it's just where they put it. If this felt uncomfortably familiar, you're exactly who this channel is made for. Subscribe, there's more where this came from.